Hey everybody, this is Danny Richie at GR Research. I'm doing my very first ever Tech Talk Tuesdays. This little video blogging or whatever you want to call this. First go around, let's see what happens.
I cannot believe it has been 5 years since I posted that video on my channel featuring Danny Richie. That is crazy. Now, if you're new to my channel or confused about why Danny Richie is featured here, this video will shed some light on the situation and help you understand how Danny got his start on YouTube. A while back, I had this idea to create a series called Tuesday Tech Talks, which was open to any manufacturer who wanted to use my channel to discuss the tech behind their products or cover anything audio related from a technical perspective. While the segment wasn't hugely popular, it was interesting to see Danny hit the ground running and lead the pack of the contributors who were sending me material at that time. Fast forward a year, and Danny had built a large enough following to start his own channel, and of course, the rest is history. Now, GR Research isn't for everyone. Some people think that Danny is full of nonsense, that he only sells snake oil, and that all of his speaker upgrades are a bunch of BS. Of course, everyone is entitled to their own opinion about these topics, and I am perfectly fine with anyone holding that stance if that's their experience after hearing his products. Personally, I appreciate Danny's work, and I believe he's an asset to audiophiles and for folks that just simply want to get the most out of their hi-fi system. And no, I just don't blindly appreciate his work. I value it because I've heard it and I've experienced it for myself. As for his speaker designs and do-it-yourself kits, they are affordable and represent incredible value compared to a lot of the stuff that is out there. But what about his speaker modifications or so-called upgrades? I mean, surely this is where the buck stops, and it seems clear that he's just out to make money on upgrades that don't really sound any better than the stock speakers that we all know and love. Adding insult to injury, he doesn't offer any sound clips of his upgrades, so we have no idea how these so-called upgrades even sound. To make matters worse, this guy doesn't even listen to his work when he's done. I mean, come on now. Who is this guy trying to kid here? I mean, clearly, if any of his upgrades were actually recorded with a halfway decent system, we could once and for all settle this debate and rest easy knowing that all of these sonic caps, air core inductors, and for the love of all things holy, tube connectors are really just a bunch of silly nonsense. Or are they? Well, there's only one way to find out, so buckle up there, Sally. We are about to ruffle some feathers, and it is high time that you decide for yourself, once and for all, is GR Research full of... For this first example, we will go through some sound clips with this little speaker over here, which is a Wharfedale speaker. Now, Danny has already posted a video on his channel covering the details about this upgrade, but for the sake of time, I will get straight to the point. Although this speaker has been upgraded with new components and tube connectors by GR Research, the stock voicing of the crossover wasn't all that bad. So, unlike many of the speakers Danny offers upgrades for, the changes he made to the voicing of this speaker is very subtle. Regarding the tube connectors on the back, I fully endorse this addition for this particular speaker. Why is that, you ask? Well, when Danny brought these over for me to record the stock sound clips, my jaw nearly hit the floor when playing the second song that you are about to hear. I kept hearing this really annoying buzzing sound from the speaker, and initially I thought that the woofer was blown or maybe there was something wrong with the drivers. Upon investigation, I found that the stock binding posts and by-wire clips were buzzing like a son of a gun. And of course, me being so OCD about my work, I tried everything to eliminate that buzz by tightening the posts, but no matter how tight they were, the buzz was here to stay. I'd be interested if anybody actually hears it in the recording. I mean, I would be impressed. You're going to have to really be paying close attention, but if you hear it, let me know. That would be interesting. Anyways, one last thing. I won't tell you which speaker is which until the end of this video. So it might be a good idea to take notes as you listen. I will play example A and example B of the exact same clips that I use in my reviews. So headphones on and let's get to work.
Engineer, where are you headed? Engineer, where are you headed?
No hubiera pensado que yo me iba a enamorar, jamás no quería saber nada más, nunca más. No hubiera pensado que yo me iba a enamorar, jamás no quería saber nada más, nunca más.
So I don't know about you, but for me, that first song is all I need. While there are subtle changes in hi-fi and many tweaks that might or might not make a difference, we could talk about cables and all that kind of stuff, these clips are not subtle at all. Although some tracks are more subtle than others, the vocal tracks and anything in the upper mid-range and harmonics, I think it's night and day. To me, the differences are so obvious that even without headphones, I can clearly hear them using my laptop speakers. What did you hear? Do you agree or disagree with me? Can you tell a difference between the clips? And if so, is that difference better or worse? For me, the answer is quite simple, but this isn't about me. It's about you. So let's move on to one more compelling example before we do the big reveal of the sound clips. Many years ago, I helped Danny record some samples of this speaker, which is the Behringer Truth. Now, unlike the little Wharfedale speaker that we just heard, this speaker has no changes to its original stock response. Inside the speaker, there are two different crossovers, one stock and one upgraded. The only difference between these two is the quality of parts. Now, the naysayers might raise a red flag and say, well, Ron, there are tolerances between parts, and if we do hear any difference at all, it's only because those tolerances being slightly off. Here's the deal. That is a great argument if it were true, but in the case of this speaker, every single part has been matched to the exact value of the stock parts. I remember this well when we first recorded this speaker many years ago because we cracked one open, there was something wrong with it, and while it was open, I saw with my own eyes that every single part and capacitor measured the exact same value. So, let's be honest with ourselves. If we can hear any difference at all with these particular clips comparing the stock crossover to the upgraded crossover, then as far as I can tell, and please correct me if you think I'm wrong, it can only lead to one possibility. Parts do indeed make a difference. Now, where I will give some grace in this discussion is whether that difference is better or worse, and only you can make that call for yourself. Either way, just as before, I will play example A and example B. So, let's see if we can end this debate once and for all. Headphones on, let's go.
Engineer, where are you headed? Engineer, where are you headed?
No hubiera pensado que yo me iba a enamorar jamás. No quería saber nada más, nunca más. No hubiera pensado que yo me iba a enamorar jamás. No quería saber nada más, nunca más.
So there you have it. We have just heard two examples of Danny's upgrades, and the second set of speakers, the Behringer Truths, as far as I'm concerned, are the real clincher. Could you hear any difference between the clips? If so, what differences did you hear? Assuming you have your notes down and you are ready for the big reveal, let's peek behind the curtain and see which example was the stock speaker and which one was the upgraded speaker. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the big reveal and to see where these upgrades stand. For the first round of clips featuring the Wharfedale, example A was the stock speaker and example B was the upgraded speaker. For the second round of clips featuring the Behringer Truth, I changed the order. Example A was the upgraded speaker and example B was the stock speaker. So, you tell me, where did you land on these sound clips and what did you hear? As for me, I doubt that I would ever buy a cheap speaker with the intention of upgrading it after seeing and editing every single video Danny has ever posted on his channel. I believe that you're better off just getting one of his kits if you want to hear Danny's full potential. That being said, there is no question in my mind that any speaker Danny upgrades will be better than the stock speaker. More than that, anyone with a set of half-working ears doesn't need my endorsement to decide this for themselves. The sound clips in this video should be all that you need to make up your own mind. And with that, I will see you Sonic Cap-loving audiophiles in the next video.